One of the most important thing in food safety is to define a CCP. Now, what is CCP? CCP stand for critical control point. Critical control point. Now, what is it? What is the definition of critical control point? So, simple way I can say that it is a step in a process. If you will not put control in a particular process and the food pass from this particular process, it may lead to food poisoning and cause severe health issues. Okay, and at the same time we need to define that what is the control point as well. So in this video I will let you know that how to define a CCP in a process. When I am saying is in a process in a food processing, like a cooking process, while you are cooking any food, while you are making any dish, or like you are preparing a salad, what are the process of that particular thing. So there are different process for each and every food that you will prepare in hotel industry, catering, restaurant, or food manufacturing, or the different industries. Okay, it's depend on the food that you want to prepare. First thing. Second thing, when you are using a CCP to control the hazard, it is very important that how to define the CCP and where you have to put the control. If you will not put the control in a particular steps and you are putting the CCP at the wrong process or the wrong area, it will not fulfill the requirements. Instead of controlling the risk, CCP will become a risk. Okay, so let's start how we can define a CCP in a process. Before that, if you need other information regarding the OPRP and what you call this PRP, for this one I have uploaded a detailed video in my YouTube channel. Okay, if you will go to my YouTube channel Safety with POM, then you will go to the my home section. There you can search with the name CCP. So here I have uploaded a video about the food safety, PRP, OPRP, CCP, food hygiene. Okay, so all these informations are included here, and this is kind of like how to define the PP, what are the PP, OPRP and CCP. So that video also is available here if you need other information related with the CCP, OPRP and PRP. And other HACCP and food safety related videos also I have posted here, so you can go and have a look on that one. Okay, but today's session I will particularly focus on how to define the CCP in a process. So today I will take one simple process. Okay, like our process is to prepare a chicken curry, chicken dish. Okay, so to prepare a chicken curry, there are different steps we need to follow. So I will take you through all these steps and I will let you know that which are the steps would be CCP, and if we will not put the particular control measure at that particular steps, that can lead to food poisoning and severe health and safety consequences can occur. Okay, so let's start this. Our first step in a process to prepare a chicken curry is to get the raw material. Okay, so getting the raw material, before that that one you have to select the supplier. Select the supplier. So this is the pre-process that you will do already. Once you will select the supplier, you will get the raw material from here. From here, the supplier, you will get the different kind of raw material. It could be your spices, it could be your vegetables, it could be coriander, it could be onion and other things that you want to put in the chicken curry. But our main focus in this process is the chicken. So from the supplier, what you will do, you will receiving. So receiving is your first step. Now what you will receive here? Chicken. So you will receive a chicken. Now I am in UAE, so here we use two type of chicken. One is fresh and the another one is frozen. So depend on this one, these chicken will go for the storage. If you are receiving fresh, it will go inside the chiller like refrigerator. If you are receiving frozen, it will go to the freezer. After this one, it will come here. Okay. If it is frozen chicken, it will go for the defrosting. Now we have to ask the questions of each steps. Okay, what question you have to ask? Let's say that you are receiving the chicken. If you will not put the control measure here, is there any further step in a process where you can control the bacteria? Yes, we have more steps in a process where we can control the bacteria to avoid the food poisoning. Okay, now let's say that after then we have the receiving, after then we have the storage, chicken storage. During the storage process, again you have to ask the questions. If temperature increase during the storage process, this process can cause food poisoning or no? No, it will not cause the food poisoning, because you have the further process, okay, further steps in a process where you can control the bacteria. After defrosting, it will go for the preparation. Okay, after preparation, it will go for the maybe marinations. Okay, and further process it will go. It will go for marination. Now again, now I have to ask the questions. If bacteria increase here, can it lead to food poisoning? No, because the further process is available here. If bacteria increase here during the preparation part, can it lead to food poisoning? No, because we have the further more process. Same question you have to ask here. During the marination, if the bacteria increase, can it lead to food poisoning? No. So this is also not our CCP. Now after the marination, this will go for the cooking. Okay. Now here, after the cooking, is there any further steps where you can kill the bacteria? No. So after the cooking, you don't have any further steps where you can kill the bacteria. Okay. So this is your final steps in a process where you can kill the bacteria. Okay. So this is a CCP. Okay, critical control point. So after this one, you don't have any other further process or further steps in a process where you can kill the bacteria. So in this way we have to define our CCP. The last steps after that one, if you don't have any further steps to control kill the bacteria, that will be your CCP. Okay. Now here you have defined it as a CCP, critical control point, cooking. Now when you are saying the cooking, now we must cook the food for certain temperature. So in UAE, as per the law, we follow 75 degree Celsius. Okay, so the cooking temperature should be 75 degrees Celsius. Now what is 75 degrees Celsius? It is the control point. Okay. Now critical control point. What is critical? Cooking is very critical. Now what is the control point? 75 degrees Celsius is my control point. Above this one, acceptable. If it is even 74 degrees Celsius, non-acceptable. So the critical point, control point, I can say it is a line between the acceptable and unacceptable. So this is a control point and cooking is a critical. So in this way you have to define a CCP. Now after the cooking your food might be consumed or it will go to the buffet. Okay, if you are putting in the buffet after the cooking, if it is going for the buffet, then in the buffet you have to hold it as a hot food. Okay, when you are holding the hot food in the buffet, it is also will become your CCP. Why? Because after this one, after the cooking, you don't have any other step in a process where you can kill the bacteria. Now after the cooking you have to maintain the temperature, so it will be your buffet hot holding, it will be your critical control point also, and in the buffet you have to maintain the temperature minimum 63 degree Celsius. If you will not maintain this temperature, what will happen? Bacteria will multiply and those bacteria can cause the food poisoning. So this is the way you have to define the CCP. After the cooking, maybe your food will go for the cold, chilling. So then chilling process also will become your CCP, because during the chilling process, if the bacteria increase and food will consume, that can lead to food poisoning as well. So I hope you understood that how you have to define a CCP in a process and where you have to put the control measure. Let me know in the comment section which is the other process you want me to explain in my next video. So I will explain that particular process to make you understand about the particular CCP that could be relevant to your job or your particular work environment. So in the similar way, what you can do is you can identify your PRP and OPRP also. PRP such as prerequisite program and OPRP operational prerequisite program. So those things also you can identify in a process. So simple flow diagram you have to make, and every time you have to ask the questions, if bacteria increase particular point, do I have any further steps in a process where I can control the bacteria or kill the bacteria or not? If I have, not a CCP. If no further steps in a process, then that will become your CCP. I hope it is clear. Okay, but if you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. I would be happy to explain you more. Okay, thank you so much.